Today I'm going to talk about hacks that I have done with Meetup.com and that anybody else can do as well. For those who don't know, I'm an organizer of the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. I'm going to explain how we pulled this off. And I'm an organizer of many other meetups. I've started some myself, took some others over, and then I've used these positions, this leverage, to meet with impressive people. And so if you're out there and you want to meet with top people in whatever your niche is, and you want to have leverage to throw behind whatever you're doing, maybe you're getting investors, maybe you're trying to get employees, this is just a nice thing to be able to say if you run this and that meetup. And when you actually throw meetups, if you actually throw them, and you don't even have to with this technique, if you actually throw meetups, a very easy way to meet people in your field. And you can get a meetup that already has traction and you don't have to build that from the ground up. So that's what I'm talking about on today's episode. Episode 217 of The Edward Show. This is my daily growth hacking, growth marketing podcast. I record this every day because I love this stuff and I love you. So that's why I do it. All right. So I'm just going to read the first part of my growth hacking newsletter. You can get this newsletter at edwardsturm.com/newsletter. And I have an opt-in flow. Somebody signs up. I send a message. I actually respond to every message personally. And then every Wednesday, I have my first email for this go out. And I'm going to read the first part of this first email. The email subject is things I've done, how I did them. So what I did, got in-person one-on-one meetings with billionaires and executives at large companies, such as the CTO of Uber. That's a true story. I met with the CTO of Uber in a crazy Manhattan penthouse. It was me, my co-founder, the CTO, and some other person who we were interested in meeting with at the table in this massive kitchen, in this massive penthouse. It was a wild time. How did I do this? Took a programming meetup we ran that had 10,000 members. I joined my friend's programming meetup. It had 10,000 members. We put blockchain in the description. And then Meetup.com automatically categorized us as a blockchain meetup because we had blockchain in the description. I think we had thrown a few blockchain meetups before that. And because we had blockchain in our copy, Meetup.com automatically categorized us as the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. When you went to Meetup.com, I think it was /topics/blockchain, something like that. We were number one. I think now we're number 3. It's been a while. Going back to my email, to have some activity, we threw crypto panels and put people we met at others' crypto events on the panels. Because crypto was a hot topic at the time, 2017, getting attendance was easy. We were very interested in crypto. We were going to all these crypto events, meeting all these people in crypto. We threw our own events, like I mentioned, and then we were listed as the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. And I would message people who I had met with at these events, asking them if they wanted to do an event of their own with our meetup, and they would say yes. And I was able to leverage that to bigger meetups. And then I would go to events and I would say, yeah, I run the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. I would say that when I would meet with people. And it allowed me to meet with better people, more accomplished people. And then, this is going back to my email, cold emailed influential people saying I ran the biggest blockchain meetup in the world and asked them to meetings. I share how I do this. I use tools like Lucia, which is this Chrome extension for LinkedIn, to get anybody's email and phone number. Lucia is great. You really can get anybody's email and phone number. So I would get people's emails. Usually an email was enough. Hey, I run the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. I'm very interested in what you're doing with so-and-so company. Would love to have coffee. Stuff like that. And people would say yes, because that's a flex. So here's a growth hack that anybody can do. Rather than having to start your own meetup and grow your own meetup, this is what I wrote, and I'll expound on it. Growth hack you can do today. Oftentimes, Meetup.com organizers will step down, giving any of the group's members an opportunity to take it over. Additionally, meetups are always looking for additional organizers. One high-level takeover or organizer position can be leveraged to get valuable meetings like the ones I got. The reason I am even making this episode is because today's Wednesday, this email went out, and someone who got it messaged me on Instagram and said, how do you know the organizers are willing to step down? Do you just email them? And actually, the answer is no. Meetup.com, whenever the organizer for a meetup that you are in steps down, Meetup.com will email all the members in that meetup saying the organizer is stepping down and the meetup needs a new organizer in the next, I think, 2 weeks, or else the group will be deleted. So I use this to take over the New York City SaaS data analytics meetup group. And this actually had active members, and I was running the New York City search engine optimization meetup group, which I started, and I just combined the groups. So then I had these people who are interested in data analytics and SaaS coming to my search engine optimization meetup, and there are some crossovers there. And we were meeting with the beginner programming meetup, which we later rebranded to the blockchain meetup. And it was this big party of programmers and data analytics people and search engine optimization people. But sometimes I would meet top people in data analytics and SaaS, not through this group, just maybe at a random event, or there's someone who I needed to talk to. And I would say, hey, I run the New York City's SaaS data analytics meetup group, which is true. And so you can join any meetup that you're interested in. Join a ton. If an organizer steps down, you'll get an email. But here's something else that you can do. I wrote this in the email. Meetups are always looking for additional organizers. Here's the truth about running a meetup. It's hard work. There's a lot that goes into it. You got to get the place. You got to get everything set up. Maybe there's food. Maybe there's drinks. Maybe there's speakers. There's an agenda. You got to oversee that the people are coming, that you're getting attendees. And so meetups are always looking for additional organizers. And if you're willing to put in the work for an event, there's a good chance a big meetup will let you in as an organizer. So here's what you could do. You can message off platform. I would recommend messaging off platform because organizers don't check their messages on meetup.com very often, but they do check their messages on LinkedIn, for example, or Instagram. So message off platform. First, join the meetup, message off platform, say, hey, I like what you're doing with your meetup. I'm looking to add stuff like this to my resume. I'd love to help you organize events. I'll take over as much work as I can. And then you do that. And then you can go around saying you're an organizer for so-and-so meetup. And you can organize 1 or 2 events, enough that you get some reciprocity, and then take it easy a little bit. And now you have that leverage. You can put it on your LinkedIn. You can use it in emails. You can use it when you meet other people. Yeah, I run so-and-so meetup. And you can do this in whatever domain, whatever industry, whatever vertical you're interested in. And I did this and it worked. I mean, I met with the CTO of Uber in a crazy Manhattan penthouse. That's pretty cool. And you can do that too. And that's why I'm making this episode. So, and it's great for meeting investors. It's great for meeting employees and getting enthusiasm, showing enthusiasm for your industry. It's great for all of these things. So I hope this episode is valuable. You can read the rest of this email at edwardsturm.com/newsletter. It goes out every Sunday. Put so much work into this baby. It ranks number 2 on Google for growth hacking newsletter, trying to get it to number 1. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.